afternoon, my name is Kateryna Odarchenko and today we will talk about party building. It's a very actual term for countries with developing democracies because here in the United States you know that we have Republican Party and Democracy Party, and mostly voters understand issues and values of every party team. But for example, in post-Soviet Union countries and also in some countries in Europe, in countries in, for example, in Africa continent, we have such situations that people must create new political forces and they don't know how to create this political force. And so, for example, as for me, as practicing political manager also in post-Soviet Union country, I understand exactly how it works and how you can create new political force. So firstly, of course, you must understand your main values. So what ideology of your political force, what your values, how you want to create your country, in what way, in what type. For example, if you decide that you are Christian democracy, it's one values and it's one way of creating laws and creating country at all. And if you, for example, liberal party, you must use other methods of country creating and of laws creating and so on and so forth. So firstly, you must understand your values and your ideology. Of course, it's not clearly ideology because now we haven't, for example, that its party it's exactly liberal party or its party it's exactly social democratic party. Yeah, so it's in some cases you have mixes of ideology, but in every case you must understand your values and your issues with based on these values. After this understanding, you must see what audience you can work, because you can't work for every voter. You must understand your core voter and your core audience which you will work with. Then, after this understanding, you must write your mission, vision, objective of existing your political force, your messages, your program, and your vision of country developing. After this document, you must do branding of political force. So it's your logo, it's your sound, it's your understanding how your issues and your values will shown in media and will shown in other variants of communication. Of course, this brand must be developed by professionals and must be tested on focus groups and on other polling methods. After this, you can present your political force and you can present your vision of country developing. And after this, you must work with party system. So you must create network all over your country, in every region, in every city, in every town. You must develop your network with leaders which will go to elections, to local elections, to all country elections, to president elections, and so on and so forth. It's very hard to build this network all over your country, but if you take 1 year, from 1 year till 5 years for creating this network, it's really possible. How you can create your network? You must give to people in regions your projects. So how they will create country which you want to create. For example, it can be projects of supporting some law, or it can be project of collecting signs of persons for something, for some bill, for example, or for some petition, and so on and so forth. It can be your ecological projects. It can be also supporting local projects which support your own ideology and at the top. But this project must collect people who are leaders of opinion and must collect interested person in your political force. And after this party building process, you also must do media campaigning to explain why you do one project or another, what is your values, what is your leaders, and why these leaders it's the best leaders for your country, and why your political force it's not political project, so only for example logotype or only brands or only money for advertising, why it's really existing political force like network of people who believe in one issue, in one value, and so on and so forth. And you will communicate these projects, you must communicate these values all over the media. Of course, it must be not only media by contract, but it must be media who really interested in and support your projects all over the country. And after this, you must understand what is meritocratic issues for your regional party system. So who will be candidates to your parliament, who will be leaders of political force, who will be leaders in foreign affairs of your political force. So you must show people why it's a really meritocratic system, why the best people who involved most voters to your political force will be leaders in all country level. So it's main points, and it's very important to build really existing political force in your country, and it's very important work to develop democracy in your country. Thank you.